All right, welcome back to another one. So in this one, we'll be talking about the best way to practice your finger exercise. Okay, so your fingers and its importance. So if you notice, your fingers are usually what you use in playing the piano, and at times when you hear people play, you feel how are they moving these fingers? How are they coordinating these fingers? So how are they doing a lot of these things and they're not making mistakes? What's going on? How are they doing all this? That I'm going to be demystifying in this one today. So your fingers and its importance. I'll be talking about that. Your fingers are very, very important because uh, those are your engine rooms. Even if you have the ideas in your head and you don't have your fingers, it's really going to be a setback for you. Now, when I say you don't have your fingers, I don't mean your fingers have been chopped off. What I mean is you cannot control your fingers. Your fingers, them senior you, they know they listen to you. That's what I mean. So you just have them there, but they don't listen to you. Just like a parents that have children that doesn't listen to them. They are the owner of the children, but they cannot control them. So you have fingers, be able to control these fingers. They are yours. You're able to tell your pinky, hey pinky, hit the note, thumb this, and you that, and they should listen to you. So how does it start? The same way you discipline a child, you train a child the way it should grow. That's the same way you teach your fingers the way they should grow. So that when the time comes, you know, they'll be able to live and not depend on you. Understood? So I'm going to be teaching you how you should be strengthening your fingers as beginners, what you should be doing. As beginners, please run away from learning licks, runs, moves. Yeah, you want to be able to play all those, run away from those. It won't help you. It will only restrict you and you only play in that arena. Learn, you know, learn, you'll be like you'll be like corn. You know, when you plant corn, before how many months you've already harvested them and eaten them. You want to be like that. You want to be like the Iroko tree. You want to be like the palm fruit that takes a very long time to go up, but when it's up, it's up. No wind, nothing brings it down, unless there's a an earthquake or something. So let's move on. An earthquake meaning unless they've chopped up your fingers. Hey, so how should you be strengthening your fingers? One of the most effective ways to build finger strength is to practice scales and arpeggios. I practice skills a lot. So this tutorial is not one of those where I teach you fancy stuff. I'm trying to teach you how to train these fingers so they can listen to you and answer you when the time comes. So that when your music director gives you a script and say, John, say have this, you're playing this, you're playing this, you're playing this. That is not when you now start looking for which finger will I use. That is time for execution. Time for practice are the times you have to yourself when you're practicing. If the times you have to yourself that you were supposed to be practicing and stretching your fingers, you're playing slows and licks. Oh boy, sorry. Well, in this particular song, that's not what you'll be playing. Your boss is not acting like you play slows and licks. He wants you to execute the script he just gave you. So, one of the ways you can practice and strengthen your fingers are through skills and arpeggios. Now, this exercise they will help you deliver finger independence, speed, and control. I'm playing so fast, but I'm actually in control. Okay, so see what I just did? I didn't get that by magic. I was able to get that by setting the practice routine for my fingers. Actually, I won't lie, it's boring. I'm like, oh, how can I just be doing? It's boring, like, but I don't have a choice because I know where I'm going to. I have to do it. Do you get? So now, one of the most effective ways is to practice skills and arpeggios. So you want to really start with simple skills like a major scale. You can play it on all 12 keys, or you play it on the particular key you are learning. Let's say you are learning the key of C. So what you could do is you put on your metronome. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. Do, ji, la, show, fa, mi, re, do. You can double the timing up. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si. You either sustain the notes or you just play like a robot, staccato and legato. So I could do, I'm holding down the notes. But hear this one, like a robot. So you want to do this also, and you should be able to play your scale as your first way. So whenever you put on your piano as a beginner, you play your major scale, you play on C sharp, F sharp, F, G, E, D, E flat. B. These are things you should be able to do with just your normal scale. Do you get your normal major scale? And this is exercise. You're opening your hands up, and because when your tutor was teaching you, just taught you the re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. He didn't tell you that's just it. He must have told you that this is something you'll be doing for the rest of your life. You will not just play because the scale is the building block of all other melody you'll be making. I will lift your name. I will lift your name. Yeah. So you need those skills and you need those movement of your fingers and your wrist. So start with your simple scales on all 12 keys or on the key you can currently play on. Uh, Step two is dive deeper into your major scale and create random patterns to work on. Patterns like patterns like mm, mm. So create patterns like this you want to practice with. Now, as a beginner, creating patterns might be very difficult for you. So that is why I have created a pattern for you. The video will be in the description below where I taught you how to play those different exercises. Do, re, mi, fa, do, ti, la, so, re, mi, fa, so, ti, la, so, fa, mi, fa, so, la, so, fa, mi, fa, so, la, ti, so, fa, mi, re, so, la, ti, do, fa, mi, re, do, la, ti, do, re, mi, re, do. Mi re do ti do re mi re do ti la do re mi fa do ti la so. These are exercises that helps you strengthen your fingers, helps you get control, speed, and independence. Also helps your muscle memory to remember where these notes are on the piano. So this particular exercise, I have it is an exercise, is on my channel. I'll drop the description. I will drop the link in the description below. And if you can't find it, send me a DM. You see DM on my profile, you see my WhatsApp number there, text me. So another thing you can do is we can use hand-on exercise to practice. So one thing we don't know about hand-on exercises carry more than you think it has. Now let's look at hand-on 1 and 2 and the possibilities therein. I also have hand-on video, hand-on 1 and on 2 in my channel here. So let's look at hand-on 1 and hand-on number 2. But we'll start with hand-on number 1. So, as a beginner, depending on who and where you learn from, they must have told you play the first 5 notes. That must have been the first thing they taught you, right? So, hand exercise kind of builds on everything you've learned to bring out the best in your fingers. I bet you, if you can play my own exercise that I've arranged and you play hand-ons, your fingers, you feel it when you're moving, you see? As you're doing like this, you'll be feeling it in your joint. You know, yes, this they are stretching. Something is happening. Make sure you're not bending though. So for handle number one sounds like this. I'm going to play a metronome like this. I have a video of it where I taught it. It's my channel. I will drop the link in the description. Let's get things up. So you see, that's how handle number one sounds like. So when you practice this on, you start on this octave, you go, you go, you go, you go, you end. You come back, you go, you go, you go, you go, you end. You are actually helping yourself build independence, speed, control, dexterity, and you are helping strengthen your muscle memory to remember these things where they are. Why? Because you're spending time. The reason why you might not be getting the result you want is because you're not spending enough time with these exercises. Understood? So for handle number two, sounds like this. Again. So handle number two sounds like this, and it has different varieties and colors in it. So let's check them out. For the first pattern, you're playing something like this. That's what you're really doing when you're ascending. So you're really doing this. That's the move you're making. So you're kind of opening up. See, this. Then your three middle fingers are also moving. So by the time you finish exercises like this, you'll not have issues of I'm stiff. I don't know how to move. I don't know how to play some kind of things. No, practice this exercise. So it helps you open your, you see, left hand. The master left hand is always confused. I can even do like this. So when you watch the tutorial on handle number two, you understand how it is. So exercises like this, I'll be dropping them. As I'm saying, you should be watching out for my finger exercises. I'll be dropping them on the channel. So whenever you see them, you grab them. You make sure you don't skip them because why? They help with your control dexterity, speed, and independence. Understood? So that is it for finger exercise and what to practice. If you can do the one I gave you on my channel, handle number one and handle number two, you start getting results and feel motivated to go to handle number three. Hand-on is a lot. Hand-on exercise. Use hand-on exercise. They give you the result that you want. So as a beginner, these are the things you should be practicing because they will bring out the best in you in terms of control, independence, and speed. Also helps with your muscle memory. All right, that will be all for the best way to practice your finger exercise.